Welcome back to Beyond the Diamond. We have Josh from behind the camera to on the camera. B-Dog is prepping for his national championship. Bandito's coaching for this coming week, so it's just be us two this week. The Houston Astros take 2 of 3, stack another series win, and you just got to keep doing that. That's this is where we're at, folks. You got to keep stacking series wins. The margins are tight. The lead in the division grows. The wild card lead that you're chasing grows. And if you want to get back in it, it starts with a series win this past weekend and then a sweep of the White Sox this upcoming week.
I'd say I think this is probably the most must sweep of the year. Like, you should not lose a single game to the White Sox.
And it's poetic because baseball finds a way. You trade Corey Lee. You DFA Corey Julks. Ended up trading him to the White Sox.
Yeah.
You let Martin Maldonado walk. He signs with the White Sox.
One of
those three.
Yeah.
I mean, baseball finds a way, and I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to put it in the universe, but you watching it, you listening it, us right here, you know.
With how much Abraham Toro has tormented us.
You know. So it is the most must-sweep series of the year.
Yeah.
But it also kind of frightens me because of just how baseball always finds its way. So, big series. Before we jump into that, we'll jump into the AJ Hinch Detroit Tigers series where taking 2 of 3 was great.
They beat Scooble.
That was a series of the good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
The good was you beat the Cy Young frontrunner handedly. That looked like the Astros of past.
It looked like they second time through the order, they started seeing it. Third time, they
jumped all. And you had this pitcher's duel that was brewing between Hunter Brown and Tyreek Skubal, and everything that comes with Skubal. I mean, he's maybe the guy I build a franchise around as an A. Like that's my arm I want to build around. I love his stuff. I have a man crush on him. It's nasty. But you saw this team, like you said, first time through, okay. Second time through, getting better at bats. Third time through, all over them. And that was literally what we've seen from the Houston Astros from 2015 to 2023.
No, that's their staple.
That has been.
Out. Yeah. And
so to see it, almost like seeing an old friend. Just like the end scene in Batman when they're just looking at each other in the Paris little market.
Yeah.
And they just give a head nod to each other. That's what it felt like. So I saw I was just like, that's what I needed. I needed that. And then the bad. Oh, I guess I would say the ugly. The ugly would be
the ugly was the second
Justin
game.
Verlander missing a start. And I think we kind of all knew something was up, and we mentioned it on the pod that it looked like JV was working through something or fighting through something.
His last 2 starts, he hasn't looked.
He was grinding. He was at 95, 100 pitches through 5. He was. I mean, the last start was 60% curveballs, no fastballs really. Mm-hmm. So you knew. And someone had asked, I was like, you know what? He probably had a bad pin. He wasn't feeling his fastball, not getting the rise on it, and behold, he's had a sore neck for 3 weeks. And hey, father time, man, it'll get you. Sometimes you wake up out of bed with a crick in your neck. Sometimes it happens.
I feel like it's one of those things where if the Astros were ahead in the division, and or if Javier and Urquidy didn't just go down, they probably put him on the IL earlier. They probably 2 weeks ago they put him on the IL because they're like, take your time. But because of the current circumstances, I'm sure he was pressuring. He was like, I'm going to pitch through this. They need me, and they were like, we need you. we can't lose another guy. And so he tried to pitch through it, and it just.
I think, and they haven't been bad starts. They just haven't been what we've seen over the last 5 years with Justin Verlander, and that's fine. And I'm glad they said it. Instead of rushing him out there, they're like, hey, let's just move a start. Let's scratch him. I think there's optimism that he may get that last start against the White Sox, which would be huge. But, hey, it happens. There's bumps and bruises. Just getting that news sucked because then it sped up Spencer. Spencer had to go a day early, even though he was on normal rest. It would have been extended rest. They kind of mentioned, they told him, like, hey, prepare if you're going to start on Saturday. It wasn't just like, hey,
Because JV's been dealing with this.
Right. So he was prepared. Obviously, the results weren't there. It was a bad start. You flush it. It happens with rookies. You get touched up.
It's kind of the story of his season. Him and Hunter Brown, they either have it or they don't. They have a start where they're not feeling it, and they grind through it, and usually they can still kind of go 5 innings.
Yeah.
Giving up 6 runs or something. That was just
it was
bad.
it was just lost, and I mean it only counts as one, but it started so just here we go again. I think that was the cheapest Crawford box home run I've ever seen in my entire life.
I did not think it was out.
Opposite backside flare. It was like if you're a lefty, it was Riley Green, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you're a lefty golfer and you just flare a drive left, and you're already grabbing the golf ball in your pocket because that ball's way out of bounds, and then you look up,
slices,
and it's sliced perfect into the very first row in the last seat of the jut out, and like. Of course, I was like, okay, I'm turning this off. College World Series is on. I'm like, I already know. I've already seen this movie.
Yeah.
And it was just bad baseball.
Downhill from there.
I do want to give Nick Hernandez props. He ate like 3 2/3, I believe. I don't have the box score.
He had like 5 Ks.
Ate a ton. Obviously, he got sent down afterwards. It just when you're that 26 man, it's just. If you get that extended run, you're probably going to be sent down. So hopefully, got him a good steak dinner before all that.
I mean, 3 2/3, 3 hits, only 1 run on a solo jack, 5 Ks, 1.93 ERA in the bigs right now. I mean,
and he'll be back up.
Oh, he'll be back up for sure.
He followed us on Twitter, so
did he?
We'll try to get him on. Try to get him on the pod, and after he gets some run, Nick, come on the pod. And everything shifted to Sunday. I thought Sunday was a big data point. Circle it. They moved up Blanco, which I was happy about. Yes. Because it was going into Sunday, you moved up Spencer.
Well, in a rubber game.
Rubber game, and you need wins.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just me being a sourpuss. Maybe it's just me not believing in Santa Claus anymore. I 100% thought they were going to leave Blanco in the White Sox series, bring up Lauer, bring up an arm, and just punt
the series.
The series. And I was just waiting, and I was like, this is not going to ruin Father's Day. It's not going to ruin Father's Day. Just let me know Blanco's pitching. And I understand the other side of, hey, Blanco's is about to pitch more innings he's ever pitched in his entire career. He's going to exceed all this arm management, all these different things. He is your best arm. He is your staff ace. Mm-hmm. And they sent him out there. And this entire year, how I view Ace as a top-end guy, he's either your starter or your stopper. If momentum's going bad, you go out and you stop that bad momentum and you start something new. Or, hey, everything's going great. He's your guy that keeps it going.
He's been like the linchpin of the good moments of the season.
1,000%.
Like every time we go on a run, like you said, a starter, stopper. I mean, that no-hitter, there's been a couple starts where we felt kind of, and then he comes in and rights the ship.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And so he goes 7 innings of no-hit ball.
On Father's Day. New father. 8 punchies. Looks great. I mean, if he doesn't walk 3 guys in the 6th inning, he probably goes the distance. I think he might have, yeah.
And I'm glad they pulled him. He was at his limit. Like, there's no point of stretching him out. Hey, shake your hand, do your job. Give it to
people
press.
are mad, but, like, there's no reason to stress over an 8th inning if you're not going to be able to go to the 9th inning.
Correct.
And the likelihood of him coming out in that 8th and throwing, like, a 4-pitch inning and being able to come out in the 9th is just – that's not going to happen.
And look, no-hitters are great. They only count as 1 in the 1 column.
Yeah.
Press.
I'm more worried about
Press had a clean 8th.
Season.
Gave up a hit. No-hitter, all right, that's baseball. That happens. 8th inning, 9th inning, Hader gives up a cheapie. Gets a save. No sweat. Boom, there's a series win. We're out. We'll take that. So I thought the process on Sunday was great. And I've been harping on this team's process this year. got to give him props when the process is right. The process is right. Not just keeping him on the shelf for the first start against the White Sox. They were like, hey. And this is why I think Verlander's going to get that next start on Thursday, because everyone else is now back on their it's going to be back on. Everyone's going to be on their days. So all in all, good, bad, and ugly. You take a series when you.
I do have a gripe.
Ooh,
I have a little bit of a gripe.
Okay,
I'm gonna air it out.
Is it a Switzerland gripe or just?
No, I'll say it with my chest.
Staying on business.
Why is Taylor Scott coming in to pitch in a 13-5 game in the ninth when you can throw a position player?
That was weird. Yeah.
You need to save his.
You need bullets.
You need to save his bullets as much as you can, and you bring him out. It just didn't make sense. It's not one of those things that's gonna. I don't think it's gonna make or break the season or anything crazy, but it was just a little frustrating. You're talking about the process and all that. I just didn't like. Why would you not just put Mauricio on the mound and be done with it? It's fine. I just didn't get that.
Yeah, I think maybe just because you knew, okay, Blanco's gonna, in theory, give me 5 or 6. Seth, Presley, Abreu.
Yeah, I mean, in theory,
like you had your 4.
It's fine, but just like
in the
process of it, how many times have we been burned where we throw a guy on a day we don't need him, and then the next day or two we're like, shit, now our bullpen's taxed, and I wish we had that inning from that guy.
Yeah.
No, going into a rubber game, you know you're going to lose this game. You need all hands on deck next game. That night, I was just like, why?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
That's fair. I think some of the process this year has been different or weird, whatever we want to attach to it. But getting the series win was one big. Yeah. 2, Jose Altuve off Maeda is just.
Yeah, I feel like everybody. I was sitting there as a content guy. I was like waiting for it to happen. I was like, we're gonna have to like
splice it up.
This is gonna happen because we're gonna need to post about it. Like, he's gonna hit a 3-run home run as soon as somebody walked in front of him or something. I was like, oh yeah, here we go.
And to the pump.
Yeah,
literally to the pump. Where like when
he hit that, I was like, did he really? But I was like, nah, he got real low on that. There's no way he got the power on that.
I swear we live in a simulation because I was just like, the odds of that are like 1 in 10,000 has to be for that exact scenario to play out the way it did. And if you don't remember, or you're a new fan, Jose Altuve hits a home run Game 5 off Kenta Maeda in the World Series against the Dodgers, 3-run tank to the home run pump, and then does it. How many years removed now? 7 years removed.
Jesus, that was so long ago.
And I was at that game. I was at Game 5.
I'm jealous.
And I kid you not, I didn't drink. I was so nervous that game. I didn't drink. Like I was just in the moment. Mm-hmm. I blacked out 3 times from pure adrenaline, and that was one of them. I was just like, I came back to. I was like, and that was one of them. I didn't know that was possible, but if NASA, you want to do a study on me, I should probably go to the doctor. But that was really cool. And also, did we not play the Tigers in Detroit on Mother's Day? Did we play the Tigers on Mother's and Father's Day?
I think you might be right. What day was Mother's Day? It
was like early May? The first weekend of May? Because
we played the Tigers the 10th, the 11th, and 12th.
When was I'm gonna look at Mother's Day 2024? Sunday, May 12th.
Yeah,
we played the Tigers on Mother's Day and Sunday's Father and beat them both. I think we did.
Were there mothers and fathers? Potentially. Let me pull it back up. Yeah, we won 9-3 on Mother's Day.
So the Detroit Tigers need to send gifts next year to the Houston Astros for Mother's Day and Father's Day. AJ, if you want to send us a gift too, that's fine.
Yeah,
we'll totally accept it.
We'll take it.
So the shift, before anything, we have to talk about this one player. And this guy has pitched his ass off. This guy has stepped up. This guy could easily be sent down. Easily could have just chalked it up of, hey, this is my year.
Yeah.
He's not only stepped up, he looks like a bona fide top-end guy that we all thought, and that's Hunter Brown. Over his last 7 outings, a 2.41 ERA, 41 innings pitched, 27 hits, 11 walks, 47 punch-outs.
Jesus. 47 Ks and 41 innings.
We are not even removed a month and a half from when he gave up 1,000 hits in the first inning to the Royals.
Yeah, he did.
And we're down 13-0 or whatever it was. To seeing Hunter Brown from that, probably rock bottom. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, that game.
That's rock bottom.
Yeah. April 11th.
Okay, April 11th. We are June 18th. That he looks like a top-end future ace-type pitcher. And the emergence was he went to the sinker. He hasn't thrown it since his college days. He's running it in the hands of everyone. He's keeping – and we've said it a lot, just baseball-wise, if you think about it. He was throwing his cutter and slider so much, and everyone watching, and if you're only listening, go over to YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. The cutter, let's just say for math purposes, moves like this, right? And the slider moves like this. Mm-hmm. It was all in the same tunnel. So batters were seeing 2 pitches, but actually only seeing 1. And if I'm late on the, I'm still on plane. Yeah. So he was fighting. And
that's how he was giving up so many foul balls.
So many foul balls, so many soft contact, so many things. He's finding holes, and you're just like, oh my God, Hunter Brown is cursed.
Because I have those little opposite field, little CNI singles.
Exactly. So when 2 of his pitches were on the same plane, then he has the knuckle curve and then the fastball up. Everything's kind of in the same window as a hitter because everyone's you're just kind of looking for a spot in your pitch. Well, if I can look at one spot and get 2 pitches, I'm up on that guy throwing it. I'm just looking at one spot. It's going to be
it's a small adjustment instead of a bigger adjustment.
Exactly. And now he's now running everything on your hand. You can't look out anymore over the plate.
He's taking so many thumbs.
He is. Yeah. We make a shirt called a thumb collector.
That's nice.
Just like a necklace full of thumbs.
Like bone collector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now he's running that 2-seam sinker, whatever you want to label it as, on the hands, so you can't look over the plate anymore.
You can't lean because you're gonna.
You're just getting blown up. Yeah. So then now he can pair it with the high rise fastball he has. He could pair it with the curveball, and then obviously either the cutter, slider, whatever he's going to throw. He's not throwing both across the plate, and this is the results you get. And
5 quality starts in a row.
This was huge.
Yeah.
If the Astros want to make it. If they want to make it to the wild card, they want to make it in the division, it almost feels like Hunter Brown and Spencer have to carry this staff.
Yeah.
Framber Valdez is going to do Framber Valdez things. He's going to have his quality starts. He's going to have his 59-pitch outing. Blanco is your all-star. But Justin Verlander is Justin Verlander. It really feel, and obviously Luis is coming, Lance is coming. It feels like if you don't want this to get more out of control than what it is, these 2 guys have to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah. Hunter Brown needs to step into that Javier role.
Yeah.
And since Javier went down, he's done it.
So it's been huge. An absolute godsend. He has the ball against Garrett Crochet on Wednesday.
Fun game, yeah. That's going to be the
friendly betting advice.
Game.
I'm taking the under, and I'm taking the over on both of them for strikeouts.
Yeah.
Use code Apollo on Prize Picks. I'm using more than for both their strikeouts because they are both pitching very, very well. Did you see against the Mariners Garrett Crochet's stat line?
I saw he had like 9 Ks.
He didn't throw. I think he set a career high in strikeouts against the Mariners with 10 strikeouts. Here it is, right here.
Yeah, he's on a similar run to Hunter.
He threw 46 fastballs in a row to end the night.
Jesus.
In his own words, it was see if you can hit it game.
13 Ks.
13 punchies.
His last 4 starts, 11 Ks, 8 Ks, 10 Ks, 13 Ks.
102 pitches Garrett Crochet threw.
Yeah.
How much off speed did he throw? I already gave
102, so
and he ended the game with 46 fastballs.
36.
One.
What? One?
He threw 102 pitches, 71 four-seamers, 30 cutters, one changeup. He literally said, "Fuck you, here's my fastball."
That means his mechanics are
Oh, yeah.
on point right now.
From the left side, nasty. Saying that, I'm also going to put some coin on Jose Altuve swinging first pitch fastball on Wednesday.
That's the thing. The Astros are one of the best teams in the league at hitting of the fastball, especially high, 95 plus.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, they could tee off or they,
So
get diced up.
13 strikeouts. Corey Lee says if he can locate his spots on those two powerful pitches, it's really hard to hit. And then Crochet said a lot of conviction behind the fastball and behind the cutter. It worked well. You think? You threw 102 pitches and one changeup. I think the heat's working. Throw the fastball, Ricky.
Do you think he changes that game plan completely? Because
I don't think
people might see it coming. Do you think he tries to be cheeky and throw?
He could get cute. I could see them getting cute, but I think they're just gonna rock with. I think they're gonna rock with it. The big thing is, and this is just a question for everyone watching and listening. Who do you think this happened in 2013? The highest ratio of fastballs and non-fastballs in an outing, minimum 100 pitches.
And it's
a starter.
It's not him.
And it happened in 2013.
2013, shit. It's a very 2013 starter.
It's a very 2013 starter. Let me see what team this guy was on that time.
Yeah. That'll help.
It is the most 2013. I think it was. Oh, yeah. He was a Boston Red Sox. I'll give you the teams of this guy. This should give it away. He was an Angel, a Red Sox, a Cardinal, a Cub to end his career. He won 3 World Series.
Oh. John Lester?
Close. John Lackey.
John Lackey?
John Lackey.
He didn't even have a fastball like that.
He threw in 2013 113 fastballs and nothing else on September 19, 2013.
What the fuck?
I'm going to look up this game real quick.
How
September
did he do?
13th. So what is it? September what? Sorry, I'm dyslexic. September 19th, 2013. 19th,
so he just was like, I'm going to throw only fastball today?
Sox
and he threw 113 pitches?
He beat the Baltimore Orioles 3-1.
How many innings?
He went a complete game, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, two walks, no earned runs.
Just throwing the fastball.
According to this.
He had like a 94, 93 mile an hour fastball.
Didn't they win in 2013?
Yeah, that was the year.
They had. Do you want to hear the lineup for the Red Sox that day? Saltamonquia, David Ortiz, Napoli, Johnny Gomes, Jackie Bradley Jr., Mike Carp, Pedroia, Stephen Drew, Will Middlebrooks.
How did they win the World Series?
The Orioles that day.
Yeah, well, that's
Brian Roberts, Chris Davis, Adam Jones, J.J. Hardy, Matt Wieters, Nate McLouth, Manny Machado. He went as Manuel Machado then.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Wait, was he hitting 7th?
He's batting 8th.
Batting 8th?
Manny Machado's batting 8th.
Was his rookie year?
It had to be. It had to be up there.
That's not a good lineup.
But, yeah, that's strictly fastballs.
That's impressive as hell, to be honest. I
hope Hunter Brown just does nothing
I need to watch that game.
Yeah.
He was just like, here you go. Here you go. Hit it.
That's the best thing about baseball. We were talking about Hunter Brown versus Garrett Crochet to Crochet's last start to John Lackey in 2013 against the Baltimore Orioles where he threw 113 fastballs.
How many innings do you think it took for them to really key in on, he's only throwing fastball? 2, 3?
It's got to be the third.
The third inning, they're all so he's not going to throw. Because at what point do you give up Because I'm sure a lot of the beginning they're like, okay, but this time he's going to throw the slider.
You're
But
probably
this time he's gonna
probably
throw the slider.
jamming yourself, you know,
Yeah.
because you're like, he's got to throw the fucking changeup here. He's got to throw it off speed here. He's got to do
But like
something.
the sixth inning, you just got to be swinging away, right? You're just like, fuck it, like.
You
And
know
they-
what?
how did he
I could
do
probably
that?
bet my bottom dollar that Chris Davis was swinging away.
Yeah, for sure.
If there was a man swinging away, it was
He had
it was
8 Ks.
only 8.
Damn. So I gotta watch that game.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a little stream where we watch that.
You know what's even
game all
crazier
together.
in this stat line? The starter for the Orioles only went 2/3 of an inning, got hurt. Chris Tillman threw 7 innings of relief.
That was only 11 years ago, and it feels like a whole different game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh man. Okay. So that is a history of fastballs only. Garrett
Hunter
Crochet
Brown.
versus Hunter Brown
That's gonna be a good game.
on Wednesday. Tuesday, as we're recording today, which is June 18th,
For Amber.
Framber Valdez versus Jonathan Cannon. Their last 3 appearances for both of these gentlemen. Framber Valdez a 315 earned run average. Jonathan Cannon a 3. 14 hits allowed for Framber, 15 hits allowed for Jonathan Cannon, 13 strikeouts for Framber Valdez, 16 strikeouts for Jonathan Cannon, 4 walks and 3 walks. So pretty
They're kinda-
similar the
yeah.
last 3 starts for both of them. Looking to see good
I don't like
Framber. Looking to see good Framber because it was bad Framber last outing. He only lasted 59 pitches. San Francisco was hitting fly balls off him. He's a ground ball pitcher.
Yeah, it was a weird outing.
All in all, a weird start. So we've seen it time and time again. Framber bounces back from starts. He never really,
Yeah, he usually adjusts.
yeah, he never really stacks bad outings on top of each other. Just when his bad outing happens, it's bad.
You're like game's
yeah.
over.
Yeah. So going into the series, you have all these little. I'm sure Maldonado has the perfect game plan written up on all these batters.
I'm sure.
I honestly expect the Astros to sweep, but I think it's going to be sweaty. I think it's going to be real tight games late.
so.
I think there's just a lot of it's probably the White Sox World Series with just their leader,
lot of
with
their
a lot of their
players,
guys.
yeah.
Like it's like, hey, we could stick our nose up to our old team a bit.
They're in Chicago, right?
In Chicago.
Weather's
So
not going to be an issue.
I think we're good. June. So it's gonna be an interesting series. And you look, you gotta do the dishes. You gotta take the trash. You gotta do your chores, and that's winning, and that's sweeping.
Yeah.
2 or 3 is great. 2 or 3 doesn't get you back into this. A sweep is what matters the most.
Anything worse than 2 or
today.
3, if they lost the series, I mean, you can
pack it up, sell it, we're
up,
selling.
which extremely clippable here if that happens. But I mean, really, like if you don't, yeah, I mean you're screwed.
Your margins are gone. Your margins are completely gone. It's either you have it or you don't, and here we are.
But you know what would be a very Astros thing is
Go on a run.
lose this series to the White Sox and then go and like sweep the Orioles or something. That's just something they did. Was it last year or 2 years ago where they could not beat the bad teams, but then when they faced a team above 500, they played up to the competition and were fine beating them. I don't think that's the team this year, but I can see that happening.
Yeah. You have to expect. You have to expect this team to Charlie Brown you just this year because this is what's just happened.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to kick the ball and it's taken away from me every time. But I want this team to show that we're not going out pathetic. We're not going out with our tail tucked between our legs. We're going to go out guns a-blazing and making a run for it. Because I think they have to go, 58 and 30 or whatever it is over the next 68 or 88 or whatever it is. I'm not really good at math. I guess it'd be 88 games. That's doable. It is doable, and it starts by taking the trash out.
Yeah.
Doing the dishes, vacuuming the house, do your chores. Beat the teams you're supposed to beat.
Beat the teams you're supposed to beat and then
And
scrape against.
Let everything else
Yeah.
fall where it is. And the White Sox series, when you're running out Framber, Hunter, and possibly JV, we don't know yet. Outside of Blanco, these are your guys. Like, this is who you want. So, big series coming up. Hopefully the offense can just get going, get into the pen, and let this team be great. But nothing has been easy this year, and I don't really expect this series to be easy. Vegas line only has the Astros at a minus 200 favorite. The run line at 1.5. Pretty generous line, not a heavy line, but one of the big things that I want to see pick back up is Alex Bregman lost his 16-game hitting streak. I would love to see him get another one going.
Yep.
Obviously, Altuve has been hitting the ball very, very well.
Altuve usually hits well in Chicago.
Yeah. The big man needs to carry the offense. It looks like Kyle Tucker's going to be out for a bit more. They need to send him to rehab.
Honestly, though,
he may be out to All-Star break.
I hope not. I want him to be in the All-Star game, man. But to be honest, with how his legs looked at the end of last season, this little bit of a break might be a good thing for him to.
If we're there, we got to be there.
No, yeah, but going down the second half, having a little bit of a rested Tuck, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I think a lot too is. I think a lot with this offense this year is just if you look at the OPS of this team, and I'm going to pull them up, they're down across the board from your big guys. Altuve obviously has such a great start. He's down in like the 800s, I believe, now. Jordan's sitting in the 800s. Bregman's got his back up to back in the 700s, I believe. But it just feels like Bregman's at a 698 OPS. Obviously, you need him to be in the upper 7s, 8s.
Yeah, outside of Tucker, everybody's underperforming.
Yeah, and obviously there was a lot of heat on the Abreu experiment, the roster construction, the bullpen and stuff. This team goes by when the offense goes. And
100%.
And Altuve at an 810 OPS. He's 100 points lower than he was last year. So that's two guys.
That's been the thing. The pitching has had their issues and their injuries, but over the past month and a half, the pitching has been solid.
Yeah.
Outside of the few blowouts here and there, they're usually holding the other team to around 4-5 runs. It's the offense that keeps losing games 2-1, 3-1, 4-2, stuff like that.
Jordan's sitting at an 873 OPS, which is great.
That's a good
but
OPS.
But for him, it's 120 points less than last year's, almost 200 points less than 2022. So that's three of your big guys. Obviously Kyle Tucker's been missing 4 weeks, so he's a part of that. Four guys.
You thought you were going to get more from Yiner.
Yiner's at a 698. Jeremy Pena's fallen back down to earth. He's at a 699 OPS. He was at mid 8s for a while. Jake Myers, who was on fire for a couple of weeks, he's fallen back down to a 725. And so you have the offense hasn't been able to flex their muscle and go, but they have done enough, I think, over the last week or two to maintain because your MVP has been hurt. This team's obviously different when Kyle Tucker's not in the lineup.
Yeah.
You just got to continue to hold serve and hope these guys get going. Tucker comes back, and you're on a jet.
Hopefully, the idea is he comes back against Baltimore. He comes back at home.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be huge.
I think that. If it really is just a bruise that they're waiting to heal, I don't think it's going to take that much longer.
Those are tough, dude. Those are tough. I want to say
he's
this.
still going to. I don't think they're going to wait for it to be completely gone or anything. I think they're just waiting for it to be held up enough for him to move.
His lines aren't sexy, but I want to say this. I love me some Trey Cabbage.
Yeah.
No,
he's got a good swing. When he puts bat on ball, I'm always like, oh shit.
I really like some Trey. I know there's not a lot there to build off, and he's playing because Tuck's hurt.
Yeah.
And Joey's.
I like him as a bench bat.
I like him. He only has 34 plate appearances. Obviously, it's very small sample size. But I've kind of liked his at-bats a lot. And then We did see Mauricio Dubon this past weekend at first base.
At first base, yeah.
First baseman Mauricio Dubon.
I mean, they're giving John his chances, but, we'll see how much longer the.
I think it'll be a platoon all year.
Yeah.
I really do. Just because there's so much value in Dubon playing everywhere that he loses value by playing every day at first. He could play every day.
Yeah.
In your lineup at other spots.
Yeah, I don't see Dubon taking over first full time, but I do see Singleton losing some of that first base playing
Timeshare?
time.
Yeah.
To Dubon and to other potential guys. But yeah. Wednesday, big game. Brown versus Crochet. Where should I go? Because I really want a good burger. I think.
Ooh, you know where you can go. Where you'll catch me. Big City Wings. Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. For that Garrett Crochet start, you can get the Burger Wednesday special.
Burger Wednesday.
If you want a
Burger
special
Wednesday's
night for the Framber Valdez, you get a 2-for-1.
Oh, yeah.
2-for-1 Tuesdays. Or
2 for Tuesdays.
for the JV start possibly on Thursday. The Executive Nuggets 2-for-1 boneless special. So you have specials. You have 3 specials lined up for this series.
For 3 special
Called the
games.
Big City Wing series. Tell them the Apollo boys sent you, and our other sponsor, new part of the family, Coby Stevens Golf Apparel. Coby Stevens, they just had their Father's Day blowout sale. You could still get some great deals on their website for men's polos, joggers, shorts, hats, T-shirts. Their women's golf line, women's clothing line, youth clothing line. I have the Azalea. That's such a sweet polo. I love a bunch of azaleas. I love it. It brings me to the Masters. Brings me to the perfect point of the year. So head over to Coby Stevens. They have great affordable pricing, a comfortable material. Not the polos, nothing that like sticks on you and stuff. And it's summertime in Houston. Don't get too cute. Yeah. Know where you're at, and Coby Stevens know where you're at. They make great comfortable wear, and so head over to Coby Stevens. Tell them the Apollo Boys sent you, and here we are. This is the most important series of the year.
Yeah.
The next series is the most important series, and this is the most important. You have 3 against the White Sox, a 7-10 start, a 7-10 start, and then a day game, 1-10 start on Thursday. Yeah.
Gotta win. All right. Well, we'll see y'all on the other side of the series. Live show on Friday, 11 a.m.
Might sneak a stream on Thursday. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, shit, maybe.
Not I can't say watch party. We'll get
A little ball watching.
I don't know.
Thursday day game. Maybe.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us at Beyond a Diamond Podcast. I'm Josh. That's Dez. Brian will be back next week, and we will see you next time.
Peace. Love you.